Meanwhile, Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, who also joined in marking the day, says gender-based violence remains one of the most widespread human rights violations, with nearly 1 in 3 women worldwide experiencing physical or sexual violence in their lifetime. In her words, she says, quote, "I urge us to seize this period as a call to action for each of us to challenge harmful behaviors," unquote. Although Nigeria is making remarkable progress, the First Lady says many women and girls, especially in rural and underserved areas, remain trapped in these cycles of violence and inequality. Away from that, the Nigerian Navy has dismissed allegations made by Tompolo, the CEO of a pipeline security company, accusing its personnel of involvement in crude oil theft. The Navy's Chief of Training and Operations, Rear Admiral Eugenio Ferreira, described the claim as fabrications by individuals whose illegal oil theft activities have been curtailed by intensified naval operations. Sifon Isien reports.
Some few days back, people intercepted a vessel in Port Harcourt where Nigerian Navy was shooting at Tantita security people with DSS and the seafood defense.
This is the claim that has drawn a strong response from the Nigerian Navy. Naval authorities, however, maintain that their focus remains on safeguarding national assets while setting the record straight regarding the allegations.
There have been misrepresentations in certain quarters aimed at tarnishing the image of the Nigerian Navy. These misrepresentations are peddled by mischief makers whose freedom of action in oil theft are severely being degraded by the Nigerian Navy. Despite disruptions by these unpatriotic elements, the Nigerian Navy has remained critical in the success of several strategic initiatives, such as the presidential crude oil barging regime.
The Admiral also pointed out that several alarms over crude oil theft turned out to be false.
The naval authorities say that they've investigated several cases of alleged crude oil theft that turned out to be what they call false alarm. But they also admit that several personnel have been made to face the law for sharp practices.
Mindful of the possibility of certain bad eggs within the Nigerian Navy has strict disciplinary measures to deal with such personnel in line with the Armed Forces Act. These false accusations were not backed by evidences, but primarily designed to tarnish the image of the Nigerian Navy and dampen the morale of personnel involved in anti-oil theft operations. In addition, the perpetrators of these false alarms inflict unwarranted disruptions in legitimate businesses in the oil industry.
The Navy says its effort, alongside directives from the presidency, have contributed to Nigeria's recovering crude oil production, now at an approximate 1.8 million barrels per day, with ambitions to hit 2 million barrels per day by year end. Despite these improvements, the Navy continues to confront allegations which it categorically denies. Sifon Isien, TVC News, Abuja.